Hammond Common Council meeting to order for July 14th.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I ask that we take a moment of silence for the loss of a city worker and close friend of mine and Councilman Tyler's and the mayor's, Jason Hawkins, who passed away this week. Thank you. Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander.
Present.
Spitali. Here. Venez.
Here.
Kalwinski.
Here.
Salinas.
Here.
Tyler.
Here.
Emerson.
Here.
Rakels. Here. Warple.
Here, let the record show, 9 present, 0 absent. Mayor?
Thanks, Councilman. It's good to see you all. Before I begin today's update, I want to echo what Councilman Warple was just talking about. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge a profound loss we recently suffered at Hammond City Hall with the passing of Jason Hawkins, a beloved code enforcement inspector with the city of Hammond. Jason was a friend to many of us. His visitation is set for tomorrow, and the funeral will take place on Wednesday. Jason leaves behind his loving wife, children, and grandchildren. He will be missed more than words can express. Please keep his family in your thoughts and prayers this week. We've had a busy and productive few weeks around the city. As you all know, it's been 3 weeks since our last council meeting, so my report might be a couple seconds longer than normal. 3 weeks ago, I hosted the Friendly Sons of Erin annual wrap-up dinner at the Lost Marsh Emerald Green. Members from across Northwest Indiana dined and golfed on our beautiful golf course. Many thanks to Bernie Grisolia and his team at Emerald Green for their outstanding hospitality. I met with the CEO of the South Shore Convention and Visitors Bureau, along with several members of their board of directors. We took the opportunity at that time to share Hammond's point of view regarding their support of the Gary Convention Center and their continued lack of support for the city of Hammond. I reminded them that Hammond is the largest city in Lake County by population, that Hammond has the second most hotel rooms, which funds their budget, and we have the highest assessed valuation. In my opinion, Hammond deserves much more than we're receiving from the SSCVB, and we're challenging them to change. Attended the Lakeshore Chamber of Commerce golf outing at the Lost Marsh. I golfed with corporate counsel, Mike Mellon from CEO of American Community Bank, and Dan Repay, CEO of Little Calumet River Basin. We finished second place, very happy with that. Last year we won it, so we had to return this year, same team. I don't even know how we won it because none of us are really that good at golf. So, met with the Bishop of the Diocese of Gary, regarding Bishop Robert McClory, regarding the diocese's proposed efficiency plan. I appreciated the dialogue and the bishop's willingness to meet. We talked about a lot of proposals for the city of Hammond. It's tough decisions they're making. I just wanted to make sure that he's keeping us in mind. Obviously, there's a lot of land owned throughout Northwest Indiana by the Gary Diocese. I think it's a good idea for communication when they're making tough decisions. So I think it's good that the bishop took me into his office. So I appointed Bill Luter as the new department head of the Code Enforcement Department. Bill is a lifelong Hammond resident with more than 15 years of service to the city. He's worked in the 911 dispatch center, served as a code enforcement inspector, and most recently was a building inspector. Bill brings institutional knowledge, professionalism, and a strong commitment to our community. Congratulations to Bill Luter. Attended the 2025 Summer Concert Series kickoff on Saturday, June 28th. The Grateful Dead tribute band High Rider from Indianapolis played a fantastic set. I know Councilman Mark was out there as well. It was a great time. We're doing the Summer Concert Series on Saturdays, and it's a very diverse lineup. It's a very good lineup. We're working really hard, so if you guys could help us out and attend and bring some people with you. After the festival, it resumes again. Saturdays, starts at 7 o'clock. Really good time. Everything's free. Had a productive lunch with Matt Wells, the CEO of One Region, and Alejandra Castillo, the Senior Fellow of Economic Development at PNW, to discuss opportunities for Hammond and how One Region can support our goals. Met with the Hammond Firefighters Union President Mike Hull regarding a new economic development proposal the union wants to bring in downtown Hammond, and I look forward to exploring this issue further, along with Mike and the Hammond firefighters. Met with Councilwoman Janet Venez to discuss several key ordinances she is sponsoring on behalf of the administration. Continued coordination with our economic development team for major projects happening across the city. On July 3rd, I spoke at the naturalization ceremony at the Hammond Pavilion, where nearly 50 new American citizens from around the world took their oath of citizenship. It was an incredibly moving event. I want to thank Councilwoman Janet Fernez for being out there, as well as Representative Carolyn Jackson representing our city. Participated in the Whiting 4th of July parade, where I marched with Float representing the city. We had a lot of college-bound coordinators marching in that parade as well. Many thanks to Mayor Steve Spebar, Mayor of Whiting, for rolling out the red carpet for the region on Independence Day. Met with Hammond Water Department officials and representatives from the city of Crown Point for regional water discussions. Attended the swearing-in ceremony for 2 new Hammond police officers, Kristen Alamillo and Zachary Anderson, both former correction officers here in Hammond. We're proud to see them step up and take on this vital public safety role. Had a one-on-one with Calvin Sanders, the son of Reverend Calva Sanders, who's heading to Notre Dame Law School this fall. Calvin and I had a great discussion, talked about the life changes that are ahead of him, and I want to help him prepare. Couldn't be more proud of him. That is not an easy school to get into. So congratulations to Calvin Sanders, and thank you for taking the time to meet with me. Met with Jay Buckmaster, the CEO of Crossroads YMCA, to discuss future plans for the former YMCA building on Southeastern. Attended the robing ceremony for 2 newly appointed Indiana Court of Appeals justices, Justices Sam Shealy and Justice Mary DeBoer. Congratulations to the 2 new justices to the Indiana Court of Appeals. Paid my respects at the wake of Tom Kyleman, the former public relations director at BP Amoco Whiting, who we lost recently. I do want to remind everybody the Festival of the Lakes is here. The best week of the summer is officially underway. Saturday, July 12th, which was last Saturday, we already ran the Roadie Run 5K. I finished with the time of 28:40 and was beat by a lot of our employees, so I apologize, but it's a good thing. Wednesday, July 16th, John Fogerty plays. Also on that day is Senior Citizen Day. Thursday, July 17th is Brantley Gilbert. Friday, July 18th is Akon. And don't forget, on Friday, we also have the Lost Marsh Golf Outing. Saturday, July 19th, we have Third Eye Blind, along with the Fishing Derby and Special Persons Day. Sunday, July 20th, we have La Arrolladora. We also have the Polka Mania at the Hammond Marina. That's what I call it. It's the Polka Fest at the Hammond Marina. And we have the Hot Rod and Custom Car Show that day as well. This year we have 16 local food vendors. The carnival will be packed as always, and the Hammond Police and Firemen are keeping everybody safe while the community comes together to celebrate. So looking forward to the Festival of Lakes. I appreciate the council, everybody's support for putting this event together. Weather looks like we're gonna get through the next week without any rain, which is the most important part. Well, it's gonna rain, but it's not gonna rain during our shows. So anyway, that's my report for the week. I appreciate the council's patience with my long report, and I'm available to answer any questions.
Anybody have any questions for the mayor?
President, I have a question.
Councilman Salinas.
Hi, Councilman.
You said you met with the bishop.
Yes, sir.
Anything you can share with us regarding the closures of the Catholic churches?
I had a feeling you were going to ask me that, Councilman. This is from the bishop. They gave it to, I imagine, to people in the different parishes. So in Hammond, All Saints, this is the plan right now. This is not Mayor Tom's plan. This is the plan from the diocese. All Saints is going to merge with St. Casimir to become one parish with multiple worship sites. St. John Bosco and St. Joseph will remain under the care of their current pastor administrator, and Our Lady of Perpetual Help will remain under the care of its current pastor. That's Hammond's. Whiting, after completing the required canonical processes, St. Adalbert will merge with St. John the Baptist to become one parish with multiple worship sites. Sacred Heart will remain under the care of its current administrator. That was listed under Whiting, even though St. John the Baptist is located in the city of Hammond. So St. John the Baptist apparently is bringing on St. Adalbert's. St. John Bosco and St. Joseph will remain under the care of their current pastor administrator, and OLPH will remain under the care of its current pastor. All Saints will merge with St. Cas under this proposal, Councilman.
But all mergers will have multiple worship locations, or was it just the 2 that you mentioned?
I'm just reading off it, Councilman. I'm not sure.
Thank you.
I had a great meeting. I think, first off, the bishop doesn't have to meet with the mayor, right? So I think the fact that he has enough respect for the city of Hammond to meet with me, and I think he probably thought I was there to get angry and say, you can't do this, and instead I was just like, hey, listen, everybody has to make tough decisions. I just want you to keep us in mind. You know, there's a lot of people that feel strongly about these different parishes in Hammond, so like, just please call if there's anything I could do locally. That's more what the meeting was like, Councilman.
Got it.
I think it was a good meeting.
Good.
But they're making tough decisions. I think it's good for them to see the face of the mayor when they're making these tough decisions, so, okay. And this is right off the form you gave me, Councilman.
Councilman Kowinski.
Hi,
Thank
hi,
you,
Councilman.
Mr. President. Hi, Mr. Mayor. Just going back a couple weeks to the data center,
Yes, sir.
I wondered if, what the contact was like when you reached out to NIPSCO to come talk with us.
Not a lot of, I think, well, they're in the middle of a rate case right now I don't know if it's a rate case, but they're before the IURC in a trial over this spin-off company that they're trying to create that deals
Genco.
with data center, Genco, thank you. I don't know if realistically the CEO, until that's done, is gonna come here on the record. Okay, but I did put the ask in. And then going back to the larger issue is, we're not really making progress with NIPSCO on the power needs either, which is not great news. So to remind everybody out there, this council and this mayor and the redevelopment commission and the planning commission and zoning, we passed a proposal for a data center that could be worth up to $7 billion. That data center will bring this community, Hammond, $80 million over the next 20 years if it's built under this development agreement. The only thing we're waiting on is NIPSCO. That's it. If NIPSCO says yes, Hammond gets $80 million. We're planning on, asking the council to maybe fund College Bound for the next 20 years. These are issues we have to work through. But like, this could happen if NIPSCO makes that decision, and they won't. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they can. I don't know if it's because they're trying to get a better deal. But we're all sort of being held hostage, Councilman.
You know, as I've been reading about data centers around the country, some of what comes up is that who owns them can be a little difficult to follow. They often do NDAs with cities. Have they asked to do an NDA with us, a non-disclosure
No, sir.
agreement of any kind?
Everything that we did with them has come before you. Yes, sir. No, these guys, we're working with a big company. It's CoreWeave. I don't have to be secret about it anymore. CoreWeave is a publicly traded company, one of the biggest AI players in the world.
So if I can back up a second, what is the name of the company who is doing this, coming in? What are they, Decennial, or are they Core?
Decennial, right? DX1, Decennial, I've heard multiple different.
I have a hard time following this.
So Decennial is the contractor who will build the facility and be the landlord. The main tenant, which is already negotiated, is CoreWeave, which is an AI company. They provide services for artificial intelligence.
CoreWeave?
CoreWeave, yes. As
Like
mayor said, they,
WEAVE?
Yeah, CoreWeave.
Recently
They're publicly
went
traded.
public,
They're a
yeah.
big company. I was on CNBC and the CEO came on, and Hammond's one of their big locations right now. So it's great, but that doesn't mean anything if NIPSCO says we can't do it. All this work we did goes right down the toilet if NIPSCO says we can't do it. And the thing that's really frustrating now that we're talking about data centers is they're talking about putting data centers in stupid locations in Northwest Indiana, locations where the community doesn't want them. And we have a location in Hammond that nobody really is opposed to, and NIPSCO's playing games. It's driving me crazy. It's $80 million for us. And all NIPSCO has to do is turn on the light switch. That's all they have to do. If they turn on the light switch, Hammond gets $80 million. And they're playing games. It's driving me crazy. But I can't talk about it because it pisses off NIPSCO and then they turn the light switch off.
But right now they don't have enough energy to supply.
True story. But in defense of our developers, they gave $25 million for that power up front to NIPSCO. NIPSCO has their $25 million right now. That shows goodwill, right? $25 million, I don't think that's an easy check to write to NIPSCO for nothing. They get nothing back. They paid for it. Give them the power. Turn the light switch on, NIPSCO.
It's frustrating, especially since Robertsdale had 2 outages in 36 hours, lasting hours long each time, and NIPSCO has no explanation for it.
I was out during this 3-week period for about 12 hours. Since the last council meeting, I was out also. My little section of my neighborhood was out for, I think it was a tree. I mean, you can't get mad about that, but we were out for 12 hours. So turn on the light switch, NIPSCO.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Any other questions?
Mr. President.
Hi, Councilman.
Councilman Tyler.
Mayor, is there any possible way in those conversations with NIPSCO we can talk about like infrastructure repairs as well? Because I think you guys
Councilman,
both just.
I love your idea. I think once NIPSCO gets through these rate cases, I think this is fair game.
Okay.
But realistically, I mean, that guy's in the middle of a huge case right now. I'll put the call out. I have no problem, Councilman. In fact, we had an issue with multiple constituents in your district, but across the city, okay? And it was over the NIPSCO light poles and NIPSCO not turning their lights on. The light would burn out, and then the neighbor would call it in, and NIPSCO would ignore it. And there was hundreds. And we worked with NIPSCO. We literally had a list. Alex Stahura and Alex McCormick in my office got it done. But it took too long, Councilman. And the scary thing is, if that's the mayor's office, if it's an individual constituent calling about that, good luck. Like, we had a list, and they did our list for us, so.
Yeah, I mean, same thing, like you said,
Yes, sir.
I can't tell you how many times residents reach out, and I reach out to NIPSCO on their behalf, and you've caught out, we have friends over there that we reach out to, and maybe they can expedite things, but for the most part, it's hard to even find the right person to talk to. So I just think it's unfair for them to ask for all of these raises and to increase our rates if they're not improving our infrastructure, and residents are without powers for hours at a time, so.
That's fair game, Councilman. Appreciate it. But I think if you guys will hold off until they're done with the GenCo litigation, and then we put these requests out, and I'd feel a lot more comfortable. I don't know. We're on TV right now, for the record, okay? But I'm being really nice to NIPSCO right now, right? I want them to do good for our city, and I think the best thing I could do is just shut up sometimes and not get so angry, and, so I'm trying to play the game right now so that they'll turn the light switch on, and then, we can start talking about these tough issues, if you don't mind. It's a big deal,
Even tree removal, because
Yes, sir.
some of those trees that they're responsible to manage that are connected to power lines, but they don't.
That was my problem,
So-
Councilman, the tree. It was a tree removal issue. Tree came down when the heavy winds. We were out for 12 hours, so,
Thank you.
thank you. Any other questions?
Anyone else?
Sorry about the long report. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Item number 4, approval of minutes.
I ask that we accept the minutes from the June 23rd, 2025 meeting and place them on file, please.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilman Salinas, seconded by Councilman Emerson. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 5, approval of claims.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Venez.
yes, I move for approval of claims, beginning with claims dated June 18th, 2025, and ending with claims dated July 9th, 2025, claim number 5350 through claim number 5833 inclusive, in the amount of $10,831,822.28. I so move.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilwoman Venez, seconded by Councilman Spitali. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Rakos.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes, let the record show 9 in favor, 0 opposed. The motion carries. Item number 6, public hearings.
Ordinance, Resolution 25R-17, sponsored by Councilman Salinas. A resolution of the Common Council of the City of Hammond, Indiana, granting a waiver of noncompliance pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1.1-12.1-11.3 with respect to an assessed valuation deduction, which is a tax abatement, for tangible real property of Park 24 LLC.
Does anybody from the public wish to speak?
George Stoya, Robertsdale. Yeah, I complained about the formatting of this, I think at the last meeting. I see nothing's changed. I don't know if this is even worth commenting on. We know nothing about Park 24. I mean, you can hunt back, what is it, back in 22, 23 that you guys granted them, $10 million from the city. They got $5 million from the state. I mean, incentives, tax incentives, the tax abatement, they had a fee, they had to pay 15%. Now it was reduced by you guys to 7.5. I mean, we hear nothing about this. You guys ain't saying anything. I don't understand this authoritarian tilt on this council. Well, we're the last to know, we don't need to know, you guys decided what we need to know? Is that how it works? Is this the MAGA wannabes of the Democratic Party? What, we just chop liver out here? Put some details in your captions, damn it, so we can say something. This is a farce. Comment on what?
Anybody else wish to speak? Councilman Higgs.
My apologies, I stepped out. I didn't know if you were under public expression, but I guess you're under item number 10. Am I correct?
No, we're under a public hearing.
Oh, under the public hearing for the waiver of noncompliance pursuant to IC 611-12311B with respect to the assessment valuation, deduction tax abatement for the tangible real estate property of Park 24, Hammond LLC. Where's that park located?
The 24 Marble.
24 Marble?
Yes, just south of our Gateway Station.
So you're giving them tax abatement to build on that property?
That was already approved. Park 24 was, I believe, completed in 2024. It's a $40 million investment. It's 400,000 square feet industrial building. It's located just next to State Line and our Gateway Station.
And so who's investing in that land?
I believe Juan Moreno, our Director of Economic Development, here. If you have any, could you give us a hand here, Juan, with some of the questions, please? Thank you.
Mr. President, thank you. Councilman Salinas, thank you for sponsoring.
Yes.
Yeah, so Park 24 is located at 24 Marble Street, and as stated, it is a $40 million project investment, 400,000 square foot on an underutilized site that would have not been looked at or touched, developed for decades to come. We have a Park 24 team who came in, built a state-of-the-art spec building. They're in talks, touring the building. Tenants are just inches away of signing and being fully occupied. This is a great location, especially everything happening with Gateway Station, City of Hammond overall, downtown Hammond. We also have General Corporate Counsel for Park 24, Rich Dale here, if you guys have any other questions regarding the project.
Juan, it doesn't look like there are any occupants there.
Yes, Councilman Mark, as I stated, they're giving tours to interested parties, and they're in constant negotiations with, but they're just inches away of getting a tenant signed.
And that building has been completed for at least a year now.
I'll make it simple. They don't have any tenants yet, and so they asked if they could have another year before they start paying taxes on the building. That's what we're asking, is that they can start. So hopefully they recoup some income and pay their taxes. But this doesn't cut anything off of their tax burden, it just starts it a year later.
Anybody else wish to speak?
I just had one more question. So is this an anchor for other development from this potential property?
Is this another anchor?
In other words, is there additional development going to come from this?
No, this is already, the whole site's developed. It's
Okay.
already there.
Okay.
Okay, hang on. This isn't a trial. This is a public hearing. And this was discussed at length when we passed this in 2022, was it?
Correct.
About the building, the property, the tax abatement and all that. And like Mr. Miller said, all this is, which we discussed in caucus before the last meeting, all this is to start, according to what you said, is to delay the abatement by a year.
Correct.
It's not a trial. It's where we're going to cross-examine each other here. It's a public hearing. Thank you, Mr. Moreno. Does anybody else wish to speak?
Thank you, Mr. Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Council.
Does anybody else wish to speak? Hearing none, the public hearing is closed. Item number 7, communications.
Mr. President,
Councilman Tyler.
I just want to announce two, actually, one is an open house for Calumet Quick Care, which will take place on Thursday, July 24th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. I think the mayor has announced this a couple times in previous meetings, but the location is 5518 Calumet Avenue. Dr. Watson will be happy to meet new clients, potential new clients. Once again, it's Calumet Quick Care. It's not an emergency room, but just quick care for different health needs and health services that they provide out of that facility there. I know that building has been under construction for a while. I think it's been open for a while too, but they're finally having their open house where you can go and meet and greet the doctor who's in charge of that facility. And then also on Tuesday, August 5th at 12:30 p.m. at Tootie's Chicken and Fish, there'll be a ribbon cutting hosted by the city. Address is 6022 Columbia Avenue. I know a lot of people have already been to that location. They're serving some great food and want to be a staple in the East Hammond community. It's ran by East Hammond native too. So if you are available, once again, the ribbon cutting for Tootie's is on Tuesday, August 5th at 12:30 p.m. Address once again is 6022 Columbia Avenue. Thank you. 12:30.
And Mr. President, Two Tyler's, Two Berries Point, Tootie's, I stopped by there a few times, and I tell you what, they have excellent food. I've had both fish, and I also tried their chicken wings. It was great. Thank you.
Anybody else have anything on the communications? Councilwoman Benez, you want to read this letter you gave me?
Yes.
Or do you want to wait for your committee?
Well, I
You
can
can
do
do
it
them both
under
right
the
now if
committee
you want.
report.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
Does anybody else have anything they'd like this on the communications? Hearing none, communications are closed. Item number 8, committee reports. Councilwoman Benez.
All righty. I'd like to announce the upcoming Community and Crime Watch meetings. This being summer, we only have one. The next one will be August 14th. The Whiting Robertsdale Crime Watch will be at Calumet College beginning at 6:30 p.m. I'd also like to announce that coming up on August 5th, National Night Out will be celebrated in the city of Hammond, sponsored by Mayor McDermott and the Hammond Port Authority. It's a great opportunity for everyone to come out and meet our first responders, police and fire, and see all of the equipment that they have to keep us safe. There will be many activities, and the first 500 children will receive swag bags. And the letter that I had written to our council president, as you know, crime watch groups in the city of Hammond have become a valuable tool in our community. Each group in their own way has increased drug and crime awareness and prevention, promoted neighborhood safety for our property, families, and children, and made residents aware of the programs the city of Hammond offers. Through our efforts, residents have learned how to be the eyes and ears for our police department and city. You are invited, and this was addressed to the council president for the council. You are invited to join the Hammond National Night Out celebration Tuesday, August 5th at the Wolf Lake Pavilion from 5 to 8 p.m. The event is hosted by Mayor McDermott Jr. And Hammond Port Authority. We look forward to an evening of neighborhood camaraderie and information. You will see on the attached flyer an evening of activities for both adults and children are planned. The Hammond City Council is invited to have a vendor table at the event. You're welcome to distribute any information you feel is beneficial to all who attend. and if you're interested, to contact Raquel Welch. So my thought is that the Hammond City Council should have an individual table for the Hammond City Council as opposed to one for each council person individually. I unfortunately will not be able to participate in the city council vendor table because I am working on the Crime Watch vendor table. So it's a great evening, a lot of fun for the children in particular, and great information for our residents so they can observe our police and fire who protect us while we sleep at night. So please come out and enjoy yourself, because community is not just about me, it's about us. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Does anybody else have anything on the committee reports?
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilman Salinas.
I want to report that the Capital Improvement Board met on July 7th, 2025, and we had just one funding allocation on our agenda. That was allocation number 258, Kennedy Avenue Road Diet Change Order number 4. It was a subgrade treatment at the oil pipelines to Milestone Contractors North in the amount of $29,190. That change order was necessary because the oil companies did not permit tilling of cement into the subgrade within 50 feet of the pipeline. This was not discovered until after the project was awarded to the contractor. The cement subgrade stabilization was replaced with Indiana number 53 standard compacted aggregate, which is the primary standard for subgrade treatment. In this case, the unit cost for compacted aggregate is more expensive per square yard than the cement stabilization. The engineering department, our engineering department, reviewed the change order prepared by United Consulting and recommended approval for the funding. Thank you.
Anything else on the committee reports? Anything else on the committee reports? Committee reports are now closed. Ordinance third and final passage, there are none. Item number 10, introduction of ordinances.
Ordinance 25-15, sponsored by Councilwoman Venez. An ordinance creating a new fund, Fund Number 2492, for Justice Assistance Grant, or JAG, program funds awarded to the city of Hammond for the police department.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Venez.
I move for first and second reading of 2515.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilwoman Venez, seconded by Councilman Rakos. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilwoman Venez.
At the request of our city controller, we need to establish 2 line items, one for the receipt of and the other for the distribution of the JAG grant in the amount of $36,267.66.
Is there any further discussion? Is there any further discussion? Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 11, resolutions.
Item A, Resolution 25R-18, sponsored by Councilwoman Venez. A resolution declaring July Older Americans Month in Hammond, Indiana, and to apply to join AARP network of age-friendly communities.
Mr. President.
Councilwoman Venez.
Yes, this resolution is to proclaim July 2025 as Older Americans Month in Hammond, Indiana. The adoption of this resolution will allow us to make application with the AARP network of age-friendly communities. We will have a committee after the passage of this and after we submit an application to AARP to become a member of this network. I would like to point out that we do have soon-to-be 7 senior housing facilities here in the city of Hammond. So this will be very beneficial for our senior community, and I urge passage of this.
Has the motion been made and seconded to pass it?
Did
That's
I
what the-
Yes.
not? No? Did I?
Who was the second on it?
She did.
Make the motion.
Okay, I move.
The motion's been
Okay.
made by
I
Councilwoman
move
Venez,
For
second,
final passage of 25R18. Sorry, I
Councilman
jumped
Rakos.
the
I
gun.
thought it was too, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
That just shows you what this is
Yeah,
about.
I
I
know.
forgot if it was
There
seconded.
we go.
Any further discussion? It's
Mr.
called
President.
second timer, Scott.
Mr. President,
Councilman Tyler.
if possible, I would like to be added as a co-sponsor on this resolution.
Thank you. So noted. Is there any other discussion? Is there any other discussion? Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander,
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Venez.
Yes.
Kalwinski,
Yes.
Salinas,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Emerson,
Yes.
Rakos.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes, let the record show 9 in favor, 0 opposed.
Item B, Resolution 25R19, sponsored by Councilwoman Venez. A resolution of the City of Hammond Council clarifying term dates for commissioners of the Historic Preservation Commission of the City of Hammond, Indiana.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Venez.
I move for final passage of 25R19.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilwoman Venez, seconded by Councilman Salinas. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilwoman Venez.
This resolution is to correct an error regarding the commissioner's start and end dates for the Hammond Historic Preservation Commission. An error was made somewhere along the line, and this is simply correcting the terms for each of the individuals.
Is there any further discussion? Is there any further discussion? Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander,
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Venez.
Yes.
Kalwinski,
Yes.
Salinas,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Emerson,
Yes.
Rakos.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes, let the record show 9 in favor, 0 opposed.
President Warple, that concludes the reading of the resolution.
Thank you, Clerk Golick. Item number 12, new and unfinished business. Anybody have anything under new and unfinished business? Councilman Tyler.
Yep, thank you. I just want to go on record and thank the Hammond Parks Department for their support of the Real McCoy Hoop Session. This was the 3rd annual event that we hosted at the Sportsplex. There were close to 200 school-age children, so from ages 4 or 5 up to ages 18, that were there for skills training, basketball skills training, and then a basketball tournament. It was a great turnout. Didn't have any issues whatsoever, fed the kids, gave them free t-shirts. So just want to thank the Parks Department for their work, and of course the McCoy family for hosting that event in our city in honor of their late family member. And I also want to announce that Eric Pryor is once again hosting his 4 Quarters for Life football camp, which will take place Thursday, July 24th at 9 a.m. at Hammond Central on the football field. I'll be supporting that event again, and it's open to kids of all ages, boys and girls, who just want to come out. It's not even necessarily just football training. They do all types of sports training. So excited to be a part of that event again. Once again, 4 Quarters for Life football and skills camp on Thursday, July 24th at 9 a.m. Thank you. And it's free for all kids. Thanks.
Mr. President,
Councilman Salinas.
I just want to highlight on this past Saturday, I attended the Venetian night up at our Hammond Marina. And for those that haven't been up that way, it's such a beautiful area. And I just want to say a special thank you to Jeff Smith and his staff for just a great event. We had beautiful weather and a fantastic time all the way around. Secondly, I'd like to say thank you to two of our Public Works employees, Edward Gonzalez and Ralph Ruiz. They've been tasked with replacing and repairing a lot of our ornamental lights. And throughout the second district, they've been doing a fantastic job. So I'd like to tell them thank you on the record. That's all, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything on the new and unfinished business?
Mr. President, I have a question for Councilman Salinas.
Yes.
Every Monday on Fayette Street, they have the car show.
That's correct.
Correct. And when do they have the farmer's market?
So-
It's not every Friday.
There's some red tape going around with the farmer's market right now as far as getting the vendor's approval and whatnot. I believe it is the first Friday of the month is the farmer's market, but yes, you're correct. The car show, Car Cruise, is on Fayette in downtown Hammond every Monday from 5 to 9 p.m. I believe it starts right at 489 Fayette. And on an average, it's about 100 cars every Monday. And Paradise Moto Tiki has their wood-fired pizzas and wings. It's actually a very good time if you haven't gone down that way. It's nice seeing people back in downtown Hammond. So if you haven't checked it out, please do. It's a really cool vibe down there. Thank you.
Anybody else have anything on the new and unfinished business? Anybody else have anything on the new and unfinished business? Hearing none, new and unfinished business is closed. Item number 13, public expression. Gary? Dry chef? I got it right. Kind of.
Anyway, thank you.
And Sylvester.
Good evening, Ann Sylvester. Yep. He had a bath today, too. So, anyway, of course, NIPSCO, yeah, they still haven't fixed the lights yet either. So, that's the thing. I kind of wish we did have ornamental the city would maintain. But anyway, so the report on that. Also, I got to give a shout out, Mark McLaughlin, the water department, did a fantastic job. I had a water leak in my parkway near the water main. So the guy that actually worked the backhoe, he suspected what it was and exactly what it was. It wasn't the main itself, but it was the valving comes off the main with a pipe that connects my lead service to my house. Because I have lead service, my neighbor has lead service. When they dug it up, both of them were leaking. So they did fix that. Wonderful job that morning. It started leaking one night, and the next morning I called because I was going to do an emergency. It wasn't that bad yet, but it got worse. But yeah, Mark McLaughlin and that whole crew did wonderful. They got to finish putting some dirt back and things like that yet, but they'll get to that. But they did great. Other thing is, I did watch I didn't go to it, but the citizen inauguration ceremony or whatever, and Janet, I saw you there, but I watched it, and I got to admit, Mayor McDermott impressed me, his speech, what he did. You know, he had God involved with it, everything. I think he did wonderful at his speech, and I got to give a shout out for Mayor Tom, because he did, and I told him that tonight too. So, but that's all I had, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Sylvester. George Stoya?
George Story, Robertsdale. Yeah, to pick up what I was saying, you said that all this was discussed back in 2022, 23 when it was enacted. Nothing's ever discussed here. You may discuss it in the caucus, but I guarantee you didn't discuss it out here. So how are we supposed to know now to get when you're updating it, going from what to a new percentage on the tax abatement thing, the fee, I guess it's paid, I think, still to the Lake County Treasury. You know, how are we supposed to know anything? You know, I don't understand this authoritarian drift. It's as if we're representing you instead of you representing us. Is that how you guys view it, now that you're elected? And you don't have to run as a public servant anymore? You can be a public boss? Is that how the world turns now? You're already breaking in, Councilman Salinas. He's already got the code down. Keep everything abstract, discuss everything back there. You ought to outlaw that caucus, because nobody knows anything. You know, you're supposed to be discussed out here where we know what you're doing. We got an idea what's happening in our city, not as you choose to dole it out to us.
Thank you, George. James Douglas.
Good evening, Council. I'm here to complain about semis that are coming through on Goslin at night. This is a timeline. Roughly Memorial Day weekend onward, I started to notice more and more semis at night. Not a random semi, but a group of semis all hauling the same thing, going back and forth. They go into Illinois loaded, empty, coming back to Indiana. And on June 10th, I called Councilwoman Venez, never received a message. The 11th of June, I did what Councilman Kowinski told me last year, call the non-emergency number so there's a record, fill them in. So I did that on June 11th at 11:34 at night, because trust me, they're going by all night. I waited and waited. June 17th, I started taking videos with my phone of these semis. Mind you, same semis hauling the same thing. There's 5 videos from 10:10 to 10:27 p.m. 17 minutes, 5 semis already. Well, I had to quit. Phone, lack of battery, stuff to do. Well, I waited. Now it's June 23rd. I called non-emergency again to let them know these semis are still passing all night long. They asked me if I wanted to speak with an officer. Well, at this point, I had videos on my phone. I had my notes of semi-company names and a few times back and forth. Officer came, was more interested in my information, not what was going on, seeing my videos or my notes. But I'm like, at least HPD knows in person. I spoke with an officer. Nothing happened. Semis are still coming through. It's the 5th of July, which happened to be my birthday. Neighbors across the street are blowing off fireworks. Well, guess what? The officer that I talked to a couple of weeks before was telling my neighbors to shut down their fireworks. Well, I went off on them from my porch, and as I'm doing it, there's a semi in both directions waiting to pass. The same exact semis I've been complaining about. Nothing happened, which brings me here today. Something needs to be done. HPD needs to do something about these nighttime semis. During the day, you kind of get adjusted, and I can tell you, Councilman Kowinski, they're less this year than last year during the day. So something may have changed. But I also have the names of these semis, and except for one, there's no name on the truck. It's just a city flag, or Chicago city flag with the truck. But that's point number 1 is the semis. 2, I've been so mad, I want to take my car, drive, wait at the stop sign at Johnson, and pull in front of them and stop and block them. But wait, I'm impeding the flow of traffic. $2,500 ticket for me, the semi at most who's damaging the road in a residential property, $1,000 fine. So maybe that needs to be revisited. 3rd, signage. Goslin still only has the 2 no truck signs. That's it. We don't have the nice red no through trucks, $1,000 fine strictly imposed. Signage needs to be updated. But that's it for the council. That's information I have. I have my photos. I have my videos if anybody would like to see it after the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Douglas.
Anthony Higgs.
Good evening. I just want to echo on what George said. In 2022, I was sick. I hadn't attended a council meeting up until this year for quite some time, so that was my reason. It's not that I was saying that we were on a trial or being on trial. I just wanted clarity as to what was going on, and I think the general public deserves that as residents of the city of Hammond and taxpayers. Secondly, I wanted to enlighten you on the fact that my residents, my neighbors, did a wonderful job. Ms. Paulette, with the 4th of July festivities on my block. It lasted about 2 hours, and they did a phenomenal job. I wanted to thank them. Thirdly, as it relates to the plant and what Councilman Kowinski was elaborating on, Michigan City is not interested in the data center, so that you know. The problem with the data center is that the reality of it is the power outages. They don't have enough power to supply Hammond with the adequate power. And we had an outage also, and I want to thank NIPSCO for coming out from Merle Street all the way to 165th a few days ago. All the lights were out, and they got it back up within 45 minutes. And thirdly, or fourthly, I would say that I'm wondering where all those people that were so adamant and so disrespectful to me when I sat on the council, where are they at now? Are they doing anything to fight for the community? That's my question to them and to you all. It's not about me, but it's about us.
Last speaker, Mary Shones. Hope I said that right.
Hi, I'm Mary Shones, 3945 Wabash. I had a couple questions for you all. Do you, there was the last time at the last city council meeting, there was a gentleman here that was talking about having to pay double for his business license. Did anybody follow up on him, with him on that? They did follow up on him? Okay, good, okay. I had a question about tax abatements in general. I was, let's see, towards the end of May, there was an article in the Northwest Indiana Times talking about the school city of Hammond being possible projections of millions of dollars of debt. So why are we giving tax abatements? We need, taxes pay for services, correct? So, yes, we want to encourage business here, but the businesses in turn also have to pay taxes like we do. Taxes, otherwise, what's going to happen to our schools? And again, with the AI data centers, the issue is power, but it's also water. So, and I think that, and also your phone has a timer on it too. You can always use that. So, following up, I think on something that, and other public expression, if you all may discuss this in caucus, but there might be I think there's a disconnect, because then again, it's not also in turn discussed with us.
Anybody can come to caucus at any time. It's a public meeting.
But this is a public meeting too, right?
Correct.
Well, then skip the caucus and just have it out here, right? So, all right. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Oh, one more thing. Books, Brushes, and Bands is having starting an adult choir, and that's Monday, July 21st. And just putting that out there, if anybody is interested. It's rehearsals will start at the Merge building, so it's just another community event I thought people might want to know about. Thank you.
Thank you. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman
I'd
Benes.
like to I make a motion to return to the regular order of business.
Motion's been made to return to regular order of business. Is there a second?
Second.
Second's been made by Councilman Salinas. Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander.
Yes.
Gonzalez. Yes. Valdez.
Yes.
Kowalski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Henderson.
Yes.
Bagel.
No.
Yes. Let the record show 8 in favor, 1 opposed.
Mr. President.
Councilwoman Benes.
Yes, I just wanted to state that caucus begins at 5:30. No. Yes, 5:30. 5:30 before every single council meeting. We are here in the council chambers. Anyone is welcome to come and address any issue that we are discussing for that evening on the agenda. So I just wanted to make everyone aware that we do have caucus every single meeting prior to the start of our regular council meeting. That's it.
Make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made, seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the ayes have it.